Hi, I'm Jessica from the London Jewellery School, and today I'm going to show you how to make some jewellery. So I'm going to show you how to make a crystal pendant. For this project you will need your chain nose pliers, some flat nosed pliers, some side cutters and round nose pliers. You'll also need a gold head pin, some big gold chain and some small gold chain, roughly about 1 metre of the big one and a little bit of the small, a couple of gold jump rings and some 0.6mm gold wire. You'll also need a selection of crystals. So to start with, I'm going to take my 0.6mm gold wire and pull out a piece. Using my side cutters, I'm going to cut about 30 centimetres off. I'm going to take my main crystal, which is going to go in the middle of my pendant, and thread it onto the side. Then going to pull up the two ends of the wire and cross them over with a small end on one side and a larger end on the other side. Being careful when I cross them over not to put too much pressure on my crystal, so I don't want to break it. Using the small piece of wire, I'm going to wrap it around the long piece of wire about 3 or 4 times to secure it in place. I'm then going to use my side cutters to cut off the excess wire. The sharp area where I've just cut, I'm going to use my chain nose pliers to push it in. Now ready to make a loop, I'm going to use my round nose pliers and put them just above where I've wrapped my wire already. Pull the wire over it, under and round, and then I'm going to do about 4 or 5 wraps to secure it in place. Once I've finished, cut the end of the wire and push that end in. That's the first stage of my crystal pendant. Now I want to add some more crystals to it. So I'm going to take my next crystal and repeat pretty much the same process. So I'm going to thread it through, cross it over, and wrap the smaller end around the longer end. Cut off the excess and squash it in. Now I'm ready to do my loop, but I want to attach it to my first crystal. So I'm going to thread the wire through the gap between the crystal and the loop and pull it fairly close. Now, using my round nose pliers, I'm going to create the loop in exactly the same way as I have done before. It's going over, across and underneath. And I'll do 3 or 4 wraps to make it nice and secure. And cut off the end and squash it in. And there I have my second crystal attached. Now, if you have a crystal that has a hole going all the way through like this one, you do it in a slightly different way. We're going to use a head pin. So you pop the crystal onto the head pin, thread it through one of your loops and make a loop in exactly the same way we have done before with your round nose pliers. Going under and through, and wrap a few times to secure it in place. And once again, cut off the excess and squash the sharp edge in. Okay, now I'm going to add some chain to my crystal pendant, and this is where I'm going to use my small gold chain, and I want it to hang down a little bit below the pendant where I'm going to put another crystal. So first of all, I'm going to cut my chain to the desired length with my cutters. And then I'm going to attach my crystal on the bottom. So you just attach this in exactly the same way as we've been doing all the other ones. And I'm going to thread the end of the wire through the chain. And make my loop. Okay, so now I need to attach my chain onto my crystal pendant. So I'm going to take one of my jump rings, open it up, and thread it onto the chain and attach it at the back. Close my jump ring to secure it in place. So now that my pendant is done, I need to attach it to my long chain, which is going to be my necklace. So measure it against yourself and make sure it's the right length that you like. Thread on your crystal pendant. And to secure it, we're going to use our jump ring to close it. We don't need a clasp on this chain because it's such a long one, it just goes over your head. And I'm going to close my jump ring nice and securely. And there we have our crystal pendant.